I'm Cecil Isaac Metoi. I'm born 1958.
Sadick Abarder. I'm 72 years old now, and I've been staying in this area for about 25 years.
My name is Lester September. I am 48 years old and I've been living here all my life. Fourth generation in Lansdowne.
My naam is Julene Ludick. Ik is van de aarde, maar ik heb gekomen met de werk en ik kom te blijven buiten. Maar die buitenkant is een goede leven voor ons en een slechte leven. Daar komen mensen, die volgens mensen wat onze kleren vat, onze ID's vat. Hulle beloven ons klompen te gaan voor onze hokjes maken, hulle gaat voor ons hempers geven, hulle gaan mooi naar ons kijken. Hulle het voor ons tollen gegeven, maar ons op die tollen zien. En ons zien niet waar. Hoe kan ik zo rijden?
Okay, the name is Riedwaan Kenny. I stay in this particular, my age is 61 years old, and I'm staying in this part of the ward for 61 years.
Well, there's always blockages, especially when it's raining. Like we're raining, water dams up right in front of my house, and there's no ways that anybody visiting or whatever can get into my house. You know, if they should park on the road and walk in, the water dams up right up to my door. And that's one of the major problems, and it's been happening for the last 20 years. As I said, I've complained to ward councillors. The guy now is, what is his name, Kleinschmidt or whatever, and then there was an Antia Green before him, and then there was an Everson and an Iverson. So I'm going at least 4 ward councillors back. And you know, they stand for about 5 years or whatever, even more. And it's an ongoing thingy, you know. When the water subsides, it's all right, you know, nobody worries. They don't come out again. But I think the main blockage is on 3rd Avenue, which is right behind me on the camera, all right? And the main blockage is here. Now, can't we do something more permanent, like, you know what I'm saying? And as you know, the rates and stuff is high in these areas, and nothing has been done. There's a lot of other issues, but you know, we won't go there now.
I will be pleased if I can clean the place, can put something up for me at the time. I mean, I'm 15 years already here. Where must I go else? I don't want, I mean, I'm already in to everybody here. So, and a toilet and some water for us, please.
Hulle kyk jy na ons en hulle beloof vir ons hulle gaan vir die council mense moet te maak. Hy beloof ons baie goed wat gaan te doen vir ons, maar hy kom nie uit om dit te doen nie. Hy sê vir ons hy gaan ons help om hier vermove te raak en dan maak hy vir ons huisies hierso, maar ons het nie dit gesien nie.
In terms of Councillor Mark Kleinschmidt and the number of his predecessors going back to 2005, there are a number of issues that he is unable or unwilling to deal with. For example, the Flamingo Crescent informal settlement, which was created by the City of Cape Town and dropped in the middle of our area, and we as a community was expected to deal with this without much support from the city from 2007 to 2013. Then we have unfinished buildings on the corner of Wetton Road and Lansdowne Road, where we've had a rape of a 12-year-old girl inside those properties. And then Plantation Road and Wetton Road intersection has also had a number of issues, which has resulted in the removal of parking bays for businesses there. These have all been brought to Councillor Kleinschmidt's attention, and nothing seems to be done about it.
You see, some of the challenges in this particular ward is the existence of Flamingo Heights. And the existence of Flamingo Heights causes a lot of the crime issues that we have. It's basically petty crime. It's not armed robbery and those kind of things, but it's breaking into people's homes, etc., stealing possessions and things like that, because there are many people walking around. Then the other issue, of course, that we have is prostitution. But that becomes a debatable point, because people see it these days as not as an issue, but sex workers, so those people are working. But that, for me, as a resident in the area, because the prostitution for me, or the prostitutes, is not the real issue, but the prostitutes does not come alone. They come with the pimps, and the pimps are criminals. And if they bring, the prostitutes, if they then work, then they must be taxed. So they need to be regulated, so they must be taxed. And then furthermore, at Wetton Circle, there's an unfinished building, which is also a crime hotspot. And for years, that has not been addressed. I mean, over the last 5 years, that building has been standing there. And over the last 5 years, nothing has happened.
As the councillor, he never keep his promise, he never got time. It's only he will buzz on his hooter and then he just go on. And if I want to speak to him, I say, no, I'm just hurry, I'm going to the meeting and things like that.
Hij doet niet zijn werk nu. Hij belooft ons te zullen doen, maar hij komt niet daarbij om het te doen. Ons is niks meer in ons witte wonen.
Yeah, look, in terms of what you promised, we have an issue of vagrants, and together with the council officials, they've tried to address the issue of vagrants, and he's actively been involved in addressing the issue of vagrants, for example, around Lansdowne Station, and but that's a tough cookie to crack. You do something today, tomorrow they back, those kind of things. So I need to take my hat off to him for having made those kind of efforts. Of course, the battle in terms of vagrants, he didn't win the battle, or we as a community didn't win the battle. But that I can say. However, as I said, a major issue is Flamingo Heights. They call it Flamingo Heights. It's been reblocked, for example. but there's too much crime emanating from Flamingo Heights. And I think you speak to any resident in this particular part of the ward where Flamingo Heights is situated, they'll raise Flamingo Heights as an issue.
My ward councillor hasn't kept up with his promises that he made, like, ever since 2016. It's just every time they will have the road councillor coming, road guys coming out, jet vac, and that's it. And when it rains again tomorrow, we have exactly the same problem. And, up to now, he has made promises that it's going to be a more permanent thing. But, I mean, we're talking about 2016, Up till now, nothing permanent has been done.
Councillor Mark Kleinschmidt has not delivered on his promises and what we expect in terms of services from him since 2016. We expect far better from him after the way he spoke and how he convinced us that he's going to be better than his predecessor was, and unfortunately he's failed in that regard.